Good afternoon, or good morning to you guys. How are you?
How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. If I tell you that this movie brought me so much joy, that's an understatement. I loved it so much. And Alexandra, let's start with you because I wanted to know what kind of deep dive you had to do to, maybe learn a little bit more about Jonathan Larson.
So in the beginning, when I first auditioned for Tick Tick, I was unfamiliar with the play. I hadn't seen it on stage. I'd obviously known Jonathan from Rent and being inspired by him and his storytelling and his casting and his subject matters.
Yeah.
He really challenged artists and challenged the society to look at artists in a truthful way. So even before my audition, I dove into as many videos that I could find of people performing this on stage and seeing how they went about doing it. I drilled in as much of the soundtrack as I could possibly find.
Yeah.
And listening to the different singers sing these songs on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
I really
some good stuff.
There's some good
Oh,
stuff.
there's so I did the same after I saw it. I did the same. I YouTubed it. Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's all we have. And
Yeah.
also, there's not a lot of people know about Tick Tick Boom. So for
Yes.
me, I really wanted to kind of know what I was doing before I did it. And then I was able to go in and say, okay, I would do it this way. And I think that when I did that, I was channeling Lynn in those moments because Lynn takes your conventional and does it his way.
Yeah.
And that's what he's celebrated for. And I love when artists do that because it inspires me to do that. So I was like, okay, let me try and find a way to do this my way.
Yeah.
And if I'm confident in that, then if I don't get it, at least I know that I did it my way. And then in getting the job, I was able to fine tune that with Lynn and really deepen my understanding, not only of Jonathan and his message, but also Susan and who she was and how
Right.
I could parlay that message to a bigger audience.
Yeah, you were fabulous. Okay, now Robin, we go way back. This is a reunion for obviously between you and Lin-Manuel. I dug up my playbill in the Heights,
Wow.
2009, July 31st. I was in that audience and I saw you and Lin-Manuel on that stage. Now, look where you guys are. What was it like to have that man as your director?
It was cooling. It was comfort. It was at times it was a little ego triggering because I didn't want to let down my friend. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't the one that embarrassed him. You know what I mean? And then there were moments of just like looking over and speaking to each other in Spanish with such comfort and with such power and centering the fact that as two Latino men who come from the theater world, that we have every right to be in the space that we're in, that we have every right to be in the positions that we're in, and that we get to celebrate it. And that not only do we have the right, but we get to, like, because for me, like, I gotta be checking my ego wherever I can, because this thing that we do as actors is not human, you know? So I'm always like looking for the tether as much as I can.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, 100% imposter syndrome as well. But there's something about when I see Lynn, it is immediately a reminder of the collective, of the fact that there's something bigger than us happening, of the fact that we get to be a part of this thing that our ancestors have worked for to get us to this moment where we get to be successful.
Yeah. Like I said, you both are brilliant. You get to work with the amazing Andrew Garfield, who never ceases to amaze me that he can sing like that quickly. Okay, Alex, start with you. What shocked you about that guy?
I think what shocked me was that someone who is so talented and had so many prestigious accolades that I respected was so nice. He is so kind and loving and present. A lot of the time with academics like him who really have studied their craft, they're more introverted, and Andrew's
Mm.
definitely not that. He's loving, he touches you, he looks you in the eye, and it's so comforting to be able to not only be around someone like that, but then to
Mm.
have the pleasure and honor of working opposite that and bringing that to our performances. It just made it that much easier to do. We would forget that there was a camera.
Yeah.
We'd just be in a corner hanging out, and oh yeah, that was that
See,
was the scene.
there was one moment. I'm gonna make the compliment about Andrew about me a second. But there was a day that really gagged me when we were shooting the scene on the street, that argument scene, and
Yeah.
that day was very anointed. Like there was a presence on set, and we knew that like apparently we prepared because that other thing decided to take the invitation that we gave it and come into space, and um we were doing his coverage, and he wanted another take. And he was apologizing to me about wanting more coverage. I was like, no, well, I was like, well, it's fine. I'm loving this. I don't want to leave this like religious experience.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me and he said, you're doing such beautiful work that I want to be at your level. And
Wow.
I have never been in a position where someone in his place would say something like that
won.
to me. Oh, why we went there? No, it was really beautiful, and it was very giving of him, and it fed an insecurity that I didn't know I had.
Well, listen, I just wish I was right there with you to give you a big giant hug, because I love this so much and I loved you guys so much. And thank you so much for your time today. It's just brilliant. I've watched it twice already. So thank you so much. Thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.